How we doing here? What's going on here tonight? Is there some sort of festival or something?
Yeah.
I just rode in here. I just came from the horse track. Lost a ton of money, so I'm here tonight with all you beautiful people. Good-looking audience here. Doomsday Wrestling is just about set. Before we get to that, we have a little bit of a different kind of slam, because I know you all people came here for body slams. But before that, we're going to have just a small, this is a really big contrast, so get ready for it. Before that, we're going to have a bit of a poetry slam for 15 minutes. 15-minute poetry slam, all right? Please give a warm Holly Jolly Art Fest and Doomsday Wrestling welcome for the poetry stylings of the illustrious Zach Weiss!
Yeah!
That's him, right there. Okay, Zach, warm it up for us.
Well, I haven't gotten into one of these things since, well, never. Alrighty, tonight I'm just gonna dive right in. It's an excerpt from an epic I finished recently. It's called Rivers. Rivers tell us the secrets that lie beneath our most shallow verdicts. They are used for a delightful choir of blowing leaves hovering in the autumn air. Wooden debris float gently while thinking of utopia's left hand. To civilization, to comrades young and old, to the kisses of life, and a glorious night on the river. Rivers are wandering minds that share the same concept. All but one shall pass humanity and discover spirituality. My dearest ally, the river. Rivers contain our only refreshing hope of surviving a morbid prophecy. If only your distraction feelings could be set aside for the younger generation. They have ways of innocence to spread to this dimly lit world. Let their oblivious eagerness shine on our faces of selfishness. We can try to keep quiet. We should all be so calm. We can only be as calm as a river. Rivers did not predict the upcoming war, the unfortunate rise of the beige enders. With luck, we can only hope that peace will be our shield of mercy.
Yeah!
Alright, I'm going to take another turn. This is sort of a tribute to broken relationships. It's called I Am Not Your Journal. I am not your journal, a random pair of ears for you to spit meaningless words into. And I am not the red handprint that you deliberately placed on my vulnerable face after an anger session. Not so hard next time, doll. And I'm not your wasted tears falling on priceless glass after your infidelity confession. And I am not the scattered soil you constantly kick when the going gets tough. The silent earth dirt includes feelings too, you know. And I am not your moron spouse, putting up with your sky-high ego and unfair hair. The bills cost more than your dismal life. And I am not your journal, full of pathetic prints and cursive carvings containing thoughts, stories, and suicide poems. Get a life, you attention whore. And I am not your dream. Go wake up in a dungeon filled with no remorse and broken memories. And I am not the hated race that you portray us monsters to be. Go screw yourself, you bigot. And I am not the poet you thought I was. I am stronger and tougher-hearted. I deserve better than you, scum. You are dead dust to me. And I am not as sane as you remember. Every wall is white and cushioned. Every house is overflowing with men in white suits who administer ending lobotomy. And I'm not your punching bag. Take your anger out on the steel trees and brick houses. My face must stop its constant bleeding. And I am not your journal, ink scratching, lead erasing, mind changing, memories fading. And I am not your memories, distant flashbacks with no discussion value. Your twisted mind makes the room go silent. And I am not a rat, no attention, no love, scraps of food, and plenty of filth to lounge around in. And I'm not a typical man. I live for love and romance. I breathe the power of togetherness, and I eat commitment with a fork and knife. And I am not your journal. Psychotic sentences with polluted punctuation. Time to burn this forbidden book, and I'm not going to take your shit another day more.
Yeah.
All right. Completely off topic. All right. This is pretty much a tribute to unethical business, or treatment at an unethical business. It's called Unethical Cities Determined Prostitutes. Here we stand in the path of corruption. Here we stand with money in our frightened pockets. The corrupt Rottweiler army pushes us into poor town danger adventures. One of them, a posh turkey, converts our minds to greed with little chance of success. Here we stand, about to enter a hostile wasteland. World of utter failure, come with us as our emotions dissipate like dust in our attic of hurt. My love was put in the hospital of emergencies. Begging to see my girl had no effect. Evil strikes. My associate wanted to find a better haven. The monsters tore her letter of acquiescence in order to clean up the mess and not pay for her sudden absence. Evil strikes again. We are working with cretins who are oblivious to the axis of demonic wrongdoings. The few remaining survivors see through the pack of lies of this hatred company. I thought I could bring value. I thought I could be unique and bring astonishing change. Then, a sudden self-realization. This unbearable house of pain will accept destitute life forms off the garbage streets. A jest, a blunder. What a fool I was for thinking I would be provided with stability and security. Each of us is a dog on a short leash, begging street dwellers for a juicy bone. Can you hear the conniving complaints of the overzealous palace queen? Ears from around the world bleed in agony as their cries urge her to stop altogether. 'Tis not fair, 'tis not fair. Your moronic authority moves like a hurricane on its highest category. This place is not worth fighting for. We receive no praise, only empty threats, false accusations, and plans to ruin us. In walks Prissy the Puss. Your arrogance is your weakness, blinding you with more than just lack of vision. You fail to see the torment that you and your band of ruthless allies have released upon us. We have no business to discuss with you. What do our lowly opinions matter to you? All we are to you are trees, waiting to be cut down and sold. I am sick of the treatment you would give to a piece of dirt. I am sick of hours that are longer than the vast distance of seas. I am sick of the money that we obtain. The pay might as well be a bag of peanuts. Rebellion! Radicals gather near and far to put together a union of righteousness and peace. We must end this futile feud so that we may resume a life of anonymity. Corporate scum, a message to you and your unforgivable acts of crime. Let us out of your grip. Your penny-pinching tentacles have suffocated us and screwed us over more times than we can breathe each day. The motto? Cash, glorious cash. Why do the towers look down on us? The towers with their paranoid, all-seeing eyes. The towers with their pack of lies. The towers with their favorite disguise. The towers with their killing surprise. End the mental gore right now. Thank you for setting us up for failure and not for success. Thank you for taking away our rights and ability to recover after a few days of sickness. Nothing can change after your trickster feats to terminate us because of one insignificant mistake. What are we worth to you, you satanic money mind machines? Mere cattle chewing cud in the fields of slavery. Trapped, locked against the darkness and breaking laws at the cost of innocent life-making organisms. Who gives a rat's ass? It is only their life, their information, their source of well-being. We thought this was a place of business, not a slaughterhouse broken and demolished. We are still prisoners who wish to be set free. And you can take all of that to the bank.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to end this with a series of poems finished recently. It's called 21st Century America. We are corrupt, we are materialistic, we are consumed by lies from vicious leaders who are incompetent fools. We want sex now, we demand drinks and drugs immediately, we want to be lazy and unemployed until the day we are worms meat. Screw love and marriage, screw peace and harmony. What do we care? Our selfish minds are filled with empty smiles. Why should we worry? Our microscopic minds take in Armageddon. Computer minds take over. We've emptied our power, both lunar and solar. Time for an emotional meteor shower. All sinners, all hypocrites, and all heartless cowards, gather your gullible selves around, shouts a zealot with fire in his eyes, madness in his heart, and death on his mind. It is this day that the Supreme One warned us about. We are only human. Poor excuses pour out of his dry cotton mouth like constant typos. Watch the trigger-happy zealot as he assembles his swiftly growing army of followers. Oh, we have homophobes, terrorists, bombers, infidels, racists, rapists, murderers, burglars, sexists, man-haters, child-haters, misogynists, con artists, gluttons, and felons. May I have your attention, please? Prepare to have your lives vanquished in a matter of seconds. Our country receives a morbid announcement before vaporizing into evil dust. The 21st century has taken its fortunate toll. For once there is sober silence, no rain falls, not one wolf howls any moment, and for the moment all remain still. Hurrah! Sinful smoke clears after wishful thoughts of an improved life. Empty processes, mistaken promises of a civilized lifestyle. Humanity morphs into monstrosity. We are all flake like ashes, gray snow silently falling to what is left of a cracked concrete ground. The consuming ocean surrounds our beloved U.S. United States? Universal scam suits the title. Too late to start over for the restless and awakened boulders. Lucky for water's wildlife who gulp in new amounts of H2O each second. A brand spanking new life begins quite soon. Look at the outsized chunk of floating land, drifting away endlessly along the Atlantic. Take a closer peek inside this mountain of an island. Two youths of adulthood regain consciousness. They are naked from head to toe. Amnesia fills their clueless heads. The first, 18-year-old man, muscular, bold, but quite curious. Fig leaves seem inviting. Used to be a champion swimmer, breathing water like regulated air. Thoughts of suicide used to fill the gaps of loneliness that took over his feeble mind. Now, only purity resides in his head. The second youth, 18-year-old woman, slender, jaw-dropping, and beautiful. Any man would fall for her in an instant. Fading scars on her wrists display the obvious emotion that used to control her past life. Now her past tense memories have washed away like the tide sand. Fate brought these two perplexed beings together. No horrible serpent temptation to cling to. No consequences, no problems of any sort. They can learn how to make love and produce the purest race on earth. At dawn, the pure will be born. Several millennia passed by for the floating island of wholesomeness. At last, we have a peaceful people that use common sense and think for themselves. No politics or power-hungry fools to cause a futile war. No more religious fanatics. From now on, peace comes first before any possessing thought. Look at the smilers, happy-go-lucky brains and hearts full of love. No finite amount of it, no harmful dangers. You can all take a reassuring sigh, for the air is clear of all pollution. No diseases, poverty, or famine. Incredible! Everyone lives like royalty. No problems to solve. The civilization lovingly carries on. Thank you all so much.
Yay!
Read Freebird.